All right, guys. Welcome to Mornings with Memphis. So, new year, new me? Maybe for me, but not so much for the United States. All right. Where do we even start? Holy shit. Okay, I'm glad we lasted a whole 5 days of acting like we got our shit together. And then yesterday happened. So, I'm assuming that word got out that Kim Kardashian and Kanye West were probably going to split up. And then every middle-aged white man decided that that was not okay with them. And then that's kind of what went down. Right? I guess? I don't know. Man, what a shit show yesterday. Okay, I have so many issues with what went down yesterday. I don't even know where to get started. I mean, one being democracy. We're supposed to be the beacon of democracy in the world, right? The United States. Well, what went down yesterday was anything but that. I don't even know where to start. Like, first of all, if this would have happened at an embassy and some fucking wahoo would have been jumping through a window of an embassy, he would have been shot on sight, literally. So I'm kind of in awe of the fact that this could have gone down and it just happened. Like, that's kind of like the mind fuck here is like, how does that happen? How do we allow this to happen? So at this point, I feel like, we're getting laughed at all the way around the world. And not to mention, look, I'm all about protest. I'm all about standing up for rights. I'm all about making a point and making sure everyone gets their point across and we listen. But I'm not okay with democracy being literally shook to its core. This is bullshit. I'm sad and I'm pissed off that we would allow this to happen. Period. That's my 2 cents. So I want to see what happens to the guys that were sitting in chairs, stealing stuff from the Capitol, all this stuff. So I'm anxious to see what happens to these people, these wahoos. And then I want to talk about the reporting of all this too, because the headlines get me fired up. And this is one reason I can't stand the news and some of these media outlets of how they portray it. I saw headlines of Republicans storm Capitol Hill. Okay, there's Republicans in Capitol Hill, and I promise you, they're not storming Capitol Hill. So, like, these assumptions and these headlines, they're such bullshit. And it goes both ways. It's the same thing as people calling, they make a generalization. So this is the kind of stuff that drives me crazy. When reporters and media make a generalization about certain people and say it's this or it's that. Let's be clear. You're the media, all right? Take some responsibility of what's going on. So, I promise you, not everyone agrees with what went down yesterday. I'm in agreement that people can go and they can protest what they think. But I'm not in agreement to what went down yesterday. Destruction, it's not cool. And look, if you believe in democracy, then you need to take a step back and look at what that is. And if you don't agree with democracy, get the fuck out. How about that? Go live somewhere else that doesn't have democracy, and I promise you'll be begging to come back. So that's my 2 cents on that. So a couple things I want to bring up. Okay, so our governor here, Ron DeSantis, it was like this spat, if you guys haven't seen it yet, between him and a CNN reporter. Okay? Now, I get my news from everywhere, right? CNN, I literally have like 6 different news outlets that I try to watch, and I basically find like a medium in between to pick out the bullshit from all of them. So he's basically getting bombarded by a CNN reporter about the way the COVID vaccine rollout was in Florida. Now, if you listen to this, whether you agree with Ron or whether you think he's a great governor or he doesn't, that's up to you to decide. And I think some things he's great on, I think other things he's shit at. So that's my opinion. But the way that she bombards him, and it's not, I can't get over it. It's just kind of crazy. And then they portray him basically as like him dodging the question or not. And it's about like rest home or nursing homes, about them basically getting the COVID relief vaccine and all this stuff. And he's like, and he makes a point and he goes, I don't run the hospitals. Those are private companies. Now, there were people on stage that do run the hospitals. So those questions should have been asked. Like, when have we come to the conclusion that it's a responsibility of a governor to run our hospitals? He doesn't know shit about hospitals. I promise you that. So that would be a huge mistake on our half. So I just think there's things like that like we need to make sure the governor is there for a certain reason. He has responsibilities, but just like we want to shoot blame at certain people, like ultimately there's some things that the governors should not be doing like that. So I look it up. I urge you to look up the CNN reporter presses Governor DeSantis about the vaccine. You'll see it, and I'm just like, it's such crazy like nonsense sometimes. What we deal with. Okay, Senate race, and there's a lot of politics today because shit went down in DC. So the Senate race went down in Georgia. They called it 2 new senators in Georgia. So congratulations to them. Democracy wins. They win. Move along, everyone, right? So then I was thinking about these 2 new senators. And then I was thinking about all the new people in Congress. And basically their first day was, I think their first day is on the 3rd of 2021. So basically their 3rd day in Congress, there's a damn shutdown, lockdown. They're under their desk. Like, it's like crazy town. There's like wild men running around the Capitol, and this is their 3rd day of work. So let me question this for you. I mean, that's one hell of a way to start your new job, right? And the question is, at this point, who the fuck wants to be a politician? Like, in all honesty, what? Like, what? At one point, we're gonna have to like make people be our politicians, because at some point, people are gonna get a clue and be like, I don't want to have anything to do with that. So I'm a little worried about that. That seems a little issue that is going to arise at some point, because if that was my 3rd day of work, I'd be like, see ya. So that's my 2 cents. I had to get it off my chest. You know, ultimately, there's a lot of shit going on in the world right now, and it's a rough place. So do we blame it all on Kim Kardashian and Kanye for breaking up? I don't know. Maybe. Seems like an easy way out. Anyway, you guys stay safe out there. Take care. And I'm sure some crazy shit will happen. And this, I'll have to jump back on here. Maybe give a little update. So, Mornings with Memphis. I'm out. I imagine like the whole thing that happened at Capitol yesterday. I imagine that, like, if you've ever seen the movie Orange County, and Jack Black is like, I'm going to burn this mother down, because his brother didn't get in to, was it UC Santa Barbara? Or maybe it was USC Stanford. Definitely a better school. Stanford. He didn't get into Stanford, so he's like, I'm going to burn this mother down. That's what I imagine, like, went down to the Capitol yesterday. So that's my last little hoorah.
I hate my job. I'm going to burn this mother down. And I said, you better not.